all you cool cats and kittens. This is CGWN. This is episode 12. We're living in a post Tiger King day and age, so I'm doing all right. We got everybody here. Uh, so has everyone's audio been included?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Dope. So this episode we're gonna have our quick interviews. I'm gonna talk about our upcoming Joust tournament this Sunday, and so this episode we have Critical Mass from Rats with Bats, Angry Zombies, and Scarred from Davies Delinquents, and then of course we have my co-host Rhea. CGWN stands for CleeDG Weekly News. You know, we have a stream every Monday. And I just try to give you guys I try to give all the listeners a little tidbits of what's been going on, you know? So, uh, as I said, Joust tournament. The Joust tournament's gonna be April 19th, and that's this Sunday. Now, other than that, games that we've had since the last stream that we had, which was the 6th, we had Kittens with Mittens versus Team Frenzy, and that was Kittens with Mittens coming in with the W. GM Meme Team versus Lag. GM Meme Team forfeited. Rats for Bats versus Davies Delinquents. That's actually the game we're going to be talking about this stream. Rats for Bats won. Miss Cobras versus Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. Miss Cobras won. And then Poppies versus Kaiju. Poppies won. Those are all the games that we had after last stream on the 6th, last Monday. And then tonight, we're going to be having Kittens with Mittens versus Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, which is a game rescheduled from week 1. Now, Scar, how you doing today?
Good. Chilling.
I feel it. We've had you on a handful of streams before. Does your overall CleeDG experience change at all? With you being on any of these streams, would you say you're a more well-known player?
Yeah, probably from being on the streams, more people definitely know who I am. Even though I don't talk that much in the Discord, I guess that's a different way people could know me.
All right, yeah. Now you have you definitely have almost twice as many kills as you do deaths, and you have over twice as many. You have almost twice as many kills. I apologize.
Assists? You're good.
Yes, that's what I was going at. But overall, you have the highest assist count on your team. Do you have any advice for any of our listeners out there, with you being, a high assist ADC?
Stop trying to solo the other guy. Just rotate. Fight isn't about soloing your lane opponent. Just have an impact in a fight and get objectives. Half the time, if you solo the guy anyway, you're just gonna back and lose farm for boxing. So just rotate.
Now, are you speaking that almost from... Now, obviously you're speaking that from experience, but how have you experienced this? Are those things that you've made mistakes with in the past?
Yeah. Thought of like trying to have an ego and like prove you're better than the other person, which I used to do a lot of. Just like my pretty much main ADC is Hu Yi, and like the thing everyone wants to do with Hu Yi is just ult combo the other guy every wave. So like you can just save your ult for a fight and be way more impactful. I think once I got out of that mindset, I got better. I'd say every ADC could benefit from that in the league.
What got you out of that mindset?
Probably like Like I used to, I was a pretty big Ataraxia fan, and I would go to his streams a lot, and he pretty much preached that just like it's almost always the wrong play to try to 1v1 the other ADC because there's almost always something you can be farming. So I just learned it from
Hmm.
better players, I guess.
All right.
This is not the end of the world.
Overall, you have the third highest KDA on your team. You have about 11 games played. Now, what what sets you apart from the other your other teammates outside of your pure numbers?
Um, I don't know. I'm probably less talkative than my teammates for one, so I don't
That's
know. I
interesting
guess
because I
like
think Davies Delinquents is one of the least toxic teams in the league.
oh no, I sorry. I said talkative. Yeah,
Oh,
you aren't
talkative. My
talkative
bad.
either though.
My bad.
Yeah,
But go on.
but usually I'm kind of just in the background chilling, just doing my thing. I kind of just stay near Red Hawk and we peel for each other and that works out. But
Hmm.
I don't know, like my support is gamer and a lot of times we actually like completely disagree on calls and I just have to tell him like, bro, chill out.
Hmm.
And then Jay is just super aggro, which I think Red Hawk is as well. I might be the least aggro person on the team other than Buffs, but
Hmm.
I think we all like mix together and balance it out.
Um. Gosh, I forgot my question. I had something off what you said. Oh no, it's actually unrelated. I apologize. Did you? Is
Hmm.
there anything that you would say you learned from your last game against Rats or Bats? Your first L of the season.
Yeah, um, we definitely learned that, like, against a good team, if we're not communicating about rotations, then we're just gonna get bodied. There's a lot of times when the solo laner just came over and just ran the fight at Gold Fury. A few times the ADC came over without them knowing in mid. A few times we miscommunicated on invades when people were there that we weren't expecting. A lot about those losses was just bad rotations and communication from us. It was
Mm-hmm.
pretty good to bring us back to reality.
All
So I
right.
don't really mind that we lost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I feel it. I actually overheard someone talking, and they were saying that honestly, it's more of a blessing in disguise. 'Cause that means the rest of the season you guys don't have to worry about an undefeated streak, which may potentially add stress to you guys. Uh,
Hmm.
all you guys got to do now is just perform. You know what I mean?
Yeah, highlight our mistakes so we can just improve
Hmm.
on those.
Now I know VOD reviews are a big thing in Cleedy but definitely a big thing with Davies and the franchise Davies Delinquents. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Did you guys already go over your VOD reviews
Not for the
for
last
that
game
game?
we haven't.
Mm-hmm. All right, all right. I was gonna ask if there's anything specifically pointed out, but you haven't gone over them. Uh,
Yeah.
what are the comms like on Davies Delinquents outside of game? Like you guys got your own Discord. What's the community for Davies Delinquents like?
Um, a lot of just hitting each other up to play casuals or ranked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know Gamer and Red Hawk and Davies, they play a lot of games other than Smite together.
Mm-hmm.
Just, we honestly hang out a lot, which is also good for our team. It's like we're not just the Cleady G team, we do other stuff.
Yeah. All right. Now, did you get a chance to listen to the actual stream of your game against Rats or Bats?
No, I have not.
I was listening to it a handful of times, and I did like the new stream setup. I doubt this is the first time we've had the new stream setup with CleedyG, but we had people commentating the game, and then in between the
Mm-hmm.
games, we had people reviewing what happened. It was definitely a super cool setup. I think we had four separate people talking. Uh,
Hmm.
very informative, very professional.
Yeah, I'll have to go watch that.
Yeah, it was
So I
awesome.
know
Uh,
it was Jinx and Viz casting, wasn't it?
mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't catch their names honestly. That's my bad.
Okay. You're
Now I'd
good.
like to move. Uh, you are going to have to leave early, so you can stay here as much longer as you want. But since you're leaving before the episode's over, do you have any shoutouts for anybody in the league?
Um, I guess mainly shout out to my team. Shout out to Wheelix for being a Wheelix.
Hmm.
Shout out to Danger Ranger for doing the episodes and being an awesome guy.
Thanks,
Shout
I
out to the whole
appreciate it.
HR team.
Nah, I feel it. All right. Well, whenever you need to leave, go ahead. Outside of that, feel free to be active in the episode. I definitely appreciate you being on. Now, I'd like to move on to Angry Zombies. How you doing today, Angry? Angry Zombies.
Pretty chill, man. Yo.
That's dope. That's dope. That's awesome. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, actually. So, what is your opinion? You're one of the subs on Davies Delinquents. I'm under the impression that Davies Delinquents really values their subs. To put it simply, what would you have to say on that subject? How do you think Davies Delinquents handles their subs? How would you summarize
Uh,
that?
Honestly, it's pretty good, man. Everyone on the team is pretty helpful, especially seeing as how, like me, I'm barely maybe like a goldish player, and everyone's pretty chill and always let us play games. If we have questions, they're more than willing to help out. I know even Davey's like says I can send him videos and shit, and he'll go over VOD review my own like casual ranked games I play myself. So it's pretty good. It's been working out.
Hmm. How much do your VOD reviews help you specifically?
Oh, they've helped tremendously.
Is there anything specific, like any mechanic that you've updated, changed since your previous VOD reviews on Davies Delinquents that are really making the difference in your gameplay?
Um, well, like before, I guess I used to be way too much like into constantly trying to fight and rotate and just trying to be in every fight, and get way far behind and farm and just getting my ass kicked everywhere.
Hmm.
And a lot of what he's been telling me, is focus more on the farming and leave the fighting only to like basically just team fights, and that's helped me out a lot in even my own games. So it's been pretty cool.
So you're a sub, but you're solo and Phil, and you were playing subbing for J Feather, correct?
Yes, I usually sub for Jay and every once in a while buffs.
So, all right. How do you get along with those two? Do they help you out with your gameplay at all?
Oh yeah,
Like J Feather specifically, I guess.
yeah, because I'm basically just a jungle sub, so yeah, I
Hmm.
usually said if I have any questions for him or anything, no, he's always real helpful. Can help me figure out builds and what I'm doing wrong.
That's good. I was looking at your stats. You're the second lowest kills on your team, the second lowest deaths on your team, and the lowest assist on your team, excluding Super Black Pack, which has less games played than you. You have 5 games played. I'm sure that's probably 6 now. That's probably updated. How do you plan to improve your stats?
Um, Honestly, it's just one of those things where I kind of just try to listen for the better players, like mainly red, kind of our shot color. To be like, yo, we need you here, or or we need you to split push, or kind of guide me where they need me to be at. So until I'm actually good enough to, I guess, kind of handle my own against some of these players that are grandmasters and stuff, and I'm
Hmm.
kind of just trying not to feed my brains out and just listen to the better players on the team.
Hmm. Um, do you have any advice for any players out there right now? I guess more towards the subs of the league.
Um, I'd say mostly just asking as many questions as you can and actually trying to listen to the guys who are better than you. Because even if it sounds like they're condescending, I mean, usually it's just just trying to help you out.
What would you say qualifies a player for being better than someone? Because it's more than just rank and numbers, is it not?
Oh yeah, but I mean, like I said, Jay for instance, he's better at the poking and the not going all in. Like he's better at making plays, whereas I am pretty much all in all the time, or else I'm just dead. So I'd say in a lot of regards, he's better, mechanically. He knows more about the game than I do.
Hmm. Um, you have 5 times as many assists as you do kills. Uh, what would you say? What's your what leads to that? Why? Is there a way you could explain that? Is it just the position,
Um,
you playing your position right?
yeah, I mean, honestly, other than just trying to be in all the fights, no, even if we're not getting the kills, I'm trying to focus who I'm supposed to. So that way, hopefully, the
Hmm.
team can pick up the kills. Because, if I die, but the enemy carries die also, then that's a good fight.
Hmm. That's fair. Um, how active is Davies in is Davies active at all in your builds mid like during game, or is he gonna take you out take you aside after the game and talk about your build? Because I know that's a big thing about uh, Smite.
Um, Sometimes, like, if I'm, for by chance, playing game 2, then he'll pull me, we'll get into, like, a group thing, and he'll be like, yo, you need to do this, or you shouldn't have built this here. And, like, sometimes before the game, he'll be like, this is kind of what we need to focus on. So, I mean, I'd say he kind of guides the builds to be
Hmm.
better than just random crap.
Do you think that's important to your team's dynamic, having Davies almost behind the wheel at times?
Oh, for sure. I
Hmm.
said, I'm kind of way out of my league, so I'm barely maybe a gold player. So having someone like Davies be like, this is a high level build. It's a lot better than what, think about things in a way that I don't think about.
Hmm.
And it, going against people who are also thinking on his level, it kind of helps make me more competitive, I guess. As good as that does
Hmm.
sometimes.
That's good. So if Davies delinquents disappeared, what would be the first team you would want to pick you up? Who's your runner up to Davies delinquents in your mind? As in a health uh, a home for you, if that makes sense. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, I'm not active in any of the other discords other than the team.
Hmm.
So I honestly don't know anything about any of the other teams at all.
Hmm. That's
I mean,
fair.
not much I could say on that.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Uh, I asked Guard this. What would you say you can do to play more games? Obviously, with you being a sub, you can't play every game, but is it a matter of you answering the call if there's ever the call out there, or is it availability? How's that going for you?
Um, for the most part, it's just so we try to rotate. So for instance, like Davies usually puts the subs in, at least 1 to 2 subs in the game 1 of every league set. So it kind of depends on who's playing that day. And
Hmm.
if we win game 1, then we'll keep a sub in for the next one. But if not, it's time for the A team to come out.
Hmm.
So we try to, he tries to play with subs as much as possibly can.
Yeah. All right. That's kind of all I got for now. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to critical. How you doing today, critical?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm all right. So you have you are the fifth best warder in PDG and the second best on your team. How important is your ward placement to the overall outcome of your games, in your
I
opinion?
mean, I mean, words are absolutely necessary just to catch that jungler trying to say gank duo. Like
Hmm.
say my ADC is pushed up at their tower. And if he gets caught on like an early ward or two, we could easily just have him pull back. Same with solo. If they get ganked, they fall like words are absolutely necessary to catch anybody just roaming around, trying to get an easy pick on somebody out of position.
Hmm.
And
Now,
Ghost is also like has the most wards, I believe, too.
hmm
He
uh,
in
go on.
sorry, and just keep on. You always want to like whenever you back, always just keep up your wards, so you never have an empty spot on the map.
What do you mean by that? By
Like
keeping up your words whenever you're back?
say you have wards placed and they're like it's been a minute or two since you backed. Every time you back, just buy wards if you can't build anything.
Hmm. Um, so competitive is just conquest. Do you keep up your word placement in any game outside of conquest?
Yeah.
Because there's ranked for everything, but competitive scene is generally just conquest.
Well, even in casuals, I ward a shit ton.
Uh huh. All right. Now you have the third highest assist count on your team, but you are fourth in line for the most games played on your team. Uh, is there anything keeping you from playing more games? If so, what is it?
Um, I think I've only missed one. I think I've only missed one set. That was when I was on JPEG and
Hmm.
uh they had me in mid instead of support for 2 games though.
So your low game count is just purely because of the trade with between JPEG and Rats with Bats.
I think so, cause I didn't play, I didn't play the last game with JPEG
Hmm.
before they traded me. So
All right.
I missed a set there.
How would you say your transition between the two teams was?
I feel like I fit better on Rats because when I was on JPEG, I don't think anyone had synergy.
Hmm. All right. So you'd say it's for the better for you at least. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, with you being our Rats with Bats guest, I guess on the opposite end of the spectrum, what I was asking Davies Delinquents, what would you say you'd count? You chop up your victory against them the other day too.
I mean,
In Bereitschaft.
re I feel like everyone played their part just fine. I mean, our strategy going into the game was to keep or just disrupt J Feather's jungling.
Hmm. Why? Like, where'd you get
Just
that
didn't.
idea? Was he
I
just
mean, it
watching
was
games?
Whispering Eyes' idea.
All right, go on. Explain.
He just wanted to disrupt Jay Feather to like get him off his natural path of jungling. That's why when he was in game 2, we had me go to solo with
Mm-hmm.
Cog to try and to invade that blue.
Ah,
All right.
wonders of modern medicine.
Uh, huh. That's interesting.
And our game plan was to just shut him down anyway.
Mm-hmm. So, do you have any advice for the players listening overall? Or I guess the supports of the
Um,
league.
I mean, not nothing that I could really think about. I'm not a good trainer or mentor just because I just don't know if I have the time to do that. So I wouldn't really
That's fair.
know because everyone works differently, so everyone else can like has something to improve on while others don't need that. So I wouldn't know
Well,
what to really say.
what would you say sets you apart from from your teammates?
Um,
What do you bring to the table?
I mean, I don't know if I really bring anything too important to the table.
I must go.
I'm pretty sure I'm the most laid back one,
Hmm.
most chill one. So I try keep if anything, we all have our different personalities. So
Hmm.
everyone just has their own thing to bring. But I don't think I bring anything too special, too important.
So, I guess you could sum that up almost to your attitude. You bring a lax attitude to the team. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So, would you say that that's a big uh, reason to your team's success whenever you guys do have success? What
I
in the
mean,
games you play?
this was my first game with Rats with Bats. So
Well, not just with Ratchet
I haven't
Bats,
really
but yes.
yeah, I guess. Again, I try keeping clean comms whenever things go bad.
Mm-hmm. Was that something you learned from somebody, or is that just something you do yourself, like self-initiate?
Uh, it's more self than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like take inspiration off of anything in support. I just liked the role.
Mm-hmm. All right. And if you could improve on anything, what would you say it'd be?
Um, be more vocally. That's what I need to improve on.
Yeah. You'd say that's important.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We're about done with this episode. Uh, as a reminder, give me 1 minute. I apologize, stream. How you guys doing today, stream? Yo, did you guys see Tiger King?
No.
You haven't seen Tiger King? Yeah, it's
No.
fucking funny. So overall, if you guys like the content that we have here, at CGWN, if you guys want to support us, go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe, please. Uh, we have episodes every Monday, 9 p.m. EST. And don't forget, we have our Joust tournament this Sunday, April 19th. I plan to be playing in it, so I'm super excited. And overall, after this episode, catch Kittens with Mittens versus Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. Right after this on this Twitch, on Cleeg Twitch. Now, I guess moving on to the end of the episode. If anyone has any shoutouts, that would be now. That'd be awesome. We can start with you, Crit.
I guess I'd just give a shout out to Oreo. Oreo engines.
Yeah, I think he was watching. He was asking about you. He's in chat.
Oh, I don't have Twitch up.
No, you're cool. Angry Zombies, did you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, and I guess shout outs to like the whole team and Davies and everyone for kind of helping me out. And just
exactly.
being pretty cool dudes.
No, I feel it. I feel it. I want to shout out Divine Ordinary and Oreo. I appreciate both y'all. I appreciate everybody, honestly. Shout out Ruth. Shout out Frank. Shout out Chip the Pleb. Davies. You know, everybody. Shout out to Willix. You know, I know this past week Willix has been working on a lot, having a lot of meetings, trying to increase the overall quality of CleDG for the community, you know, and definitely taking a step towards the more competitive scene. And uh, a lot of people are asking Willix if CleDG is going to fill the shoes of any of the missing competitive leagues for Smite. And, you know, Willix didn't have anything to say on that. But, you know, me personally, I'd like to say that CleDG not only is its own thing, but it's definitely a strong community for gamers of all kinds. But I appreciate everybody listening. Check us out at 9 p.m. every Monday. Raya, you want to sing us out?
Nope.
I feel that. Uh, what's a good song, Raya?